Hi everyone, it's Tamaki here. Today I'd like to talk about Last Samurai, a 2003 epic historical drama film directed by Edward Zwick, screenplay by John Logan, Edward Zwick, and Marshall Haskowitz. The story is inspired by the 1877 Satsuma Rebellion in Japan, led by Saigo Takamori. Starring Tom Cruise, Ken Watanabe, Timothy Spall, Koyuki, Hiroki Sanada, and Masato Harada. Box office is $456.8 million. Big hit. The film was nominated for 4 Academy Awards. Best Supporting Actor for Ken Watanabe, Best Art Direction, Best Costume Design, and Best Sound, and was also nominated for 3 Golden Globe Awards. Best Actor for Tom Cruise, Best Supporting Actor for Ken Watanabe, and Best Score for Hans Zimmer. Great! Let's see the story.
That's right, Missy. This beauty. You could kill yourself 5, 6, 7 braves without ever having to reload. Note the patented loading port. And the smooth cocking action.
In 1876, former U.S. Army Captain Nathan Algren is asked by his former commanding officer, Colonel Bagley, to train the newly created Imperial Japanese Army for a Japanese businessman Omura. Omura is going to use the army to crush a samurai-headed rebellion. At that time, Japan is in the Meiji Restoration, and taking about 20 years, Japan has been greatly changing. Abolishing caste system, samurais are banned wearing a sword, and they lose their status and jobs. And there are some rebellions by samurais. Therefore, the Imperial Army needed to be set up. Omura hired Bagley, and Bagley asked Algren to train the army. Nathan Algren is a skilled, great soldier, but has become a bitter alcoholic by the American Indian War. He and the army were forced by Bagley to shoot and kill the resisting Native Americans, including women, the elderly, and children. Algren tried to stop Bagley, but they were forced to do. It caused him to be traumatized and alcoholic. It heavily destroyed his mind. So he hates Bagley, but he takes the job for the money. Extremely high salary.
Well done. Oku dekita. Nathan!
Going to Japan, Algren starts to train the army, and he learns that the imperial soldiers are conscripted peasants with poor training and little discipline. While training them to shoot, one of Omura's railroads is attacked by samurais. Omura orders Algren to send the army there. Algren is against it, saying they are not ready. Indeed, they are not ready. They don't know how to fight or how to shoot properly. But Omura forces them to go. The battle is a disaster. Soon after the war begins, the Imperial army is completely defeated and they run away. Orgren fights to the end, and he is surrounded by many samurais and is expected to be killed. But just before he is killed, samurai leader Katsumoto decides to spare him, and Orgren is taken prisoner. Then he is taken to Katsumoto's village, and his sister Taka takes care of Orgren, who was badly injured. Taka fixes the wound. Amazingly, she is the widow of a samurai who was killed by Orgren at the end of the Imperial War. Taka knows it, but still she takes care of him properly. As time goes by, Orgren's injury is healed, and surprisingly, with the help of Taka, Orgren overcomes his alcoholic and guilty conscience for the Native Americans he killed. Now his mind is peaceful for the first time in decades. He starts to learn the Japanese language and culture. Taka and Orgren start to be attracted to each other.
Questions come later. Who's the warrior in the red armor?
And he is trained in the art of kenjutsu, Japanese way of fighting with a katana sword. And he develops sympathy for the samurai. And also he develops friendship with Katsumoto. They admit their greatness each other and have come to respect each other.
Mueru.
Mueru. Mueru. To burn. Mueru.
Mueru.
Mueru. Idega.
Katsumoto's request of a meeting with the Emperor Mage is granted, so he goes to Tokyo with Orgren to release him. Finally, he is free, not a prisoner anymore, and Orgren decides to go back to his own country. Katsumoto joins the government meeting attended by all the board members and the Emperor. He brings his sword with him to the meeting. Of course, Katsumoto knows it's forbidden now, but he wanted to show his mind to the Emperor. Without saying, he tries to tell him the sword is himself and it will protect the Emperor. But he is refused by the Emperor. Katsumoto is greatly disappointed, and he discovers that the young and inexperienced Emperor has become a puppet of Omura. He feels so sad. Then Omura orders to arrest Katsumoto for carrying a sword in public and tells him to perform seppuku, Japanese way of punishment, to kill himself by cutting his belly with his katana sword. Meanwhile, Oren is about to leave for his own country when he gets the information of Katsumoto's arrest and performing seppuku. He gets to know Katsumoto is going to kill himself in no time. Then Oren suddenly changes his mind and decides to stay in Japan to rescue Katsumoto. And he decides to share his fate with the samurai. The Last Samurai.
How was it? Did you like it? By the way, as you know, Tom Cruise and Warner Brothers are working together to create Top Gun 3. They have already started to create it. It's really inspiring, isn't it? I'm very happy and I know you are excited about it. Mission Impossible 8 has been postponed from this year to next year, but it's okay as long as we can watch it, and we might be able to watch Top Gun 3 in 2026, I hope. Anyway, let's look forward to watching them. That's all for today. Thank you for listening and watching. See you next time.